quick to the right. And it looks like they started already, so we're going to get right into the match. And, all right, so Quick leads off with a sulfur vent.
So it looks like we're going to see some tempered steel going on here.
Yep. So it's temper steel. I wonder if it would be like enemy color temper steel. Some people tweeted in about that they would like to see that. All right, so we have the deck list right here. So this is awesome.
So, based on the match that you got a chance to play, just the brief time, how do you feel about that matchup with tempered steel? Do you think it's too explosive? Or?
No, I think Greg could definitely, he has Solemn, he has Perilous. I mean, he has some ways to interact with his ground guys. So it's green white temper steel. The problem is that lots of temper steel guys just fly. We have the list right here. It's pretty straightforward. Memnite, Champion, Hawk, Vault Scourge, Single Pest, Glint Hawk Idol, Mox Opal. Yeah. I mean, this is just standard. And he's playing.
He's going with the Gavany Township there.
Yeah, the Gavany Township, but he's playing 0 new cards. So it's a straightforward green white temper steel deck, and he's got a pretty explosive draw. I mean, his Edge Champion already has Metalcraft
protection, and got his Mox online.
Yeah. So.
And so Greg's going to go for a ponder here, and he's thinking about it, mulling over some options. Still debating.
Yeah.
How to he's going to leave him up. All right.
Leave it up. All right. Maybe he has like a Perilous Mirror.
Oh, he went for the mountain. So.
All right. So we have his Grixis complete deck list here. It's pretty much what I told you guys before. It's Faithless Looting, Forbidden Alchemy, Whip Flare. Although Whip Flare is extremely bad in this matchup.
Yeah.
It deals 2 damage to all non-artifact creatures.
And even now, there's finally a target that's going to get there, but
yeah, I mean, but Whip Flare is the first card Greg would sideboard out versus this deck.
We're showing Greg at 20, but he's probably taking some damage at this point.
Yeah. Greg's at a lower life right here. I believe Greg's at 14.
So he's going to follow up, and that idol's going to hit the Mana Leak.
All right. So Greg's just going to have to try to go for I feel like the only way Greg could win game 1 is just with like the combo. So
we're showing Greg on 14 now. So
yeah, I think Olivia might come down.
Yeah, that would be timely.
Yeah, Olivia would be very good.
Yeah, we're going to see 2 mana. All right.
There's a Perilous
Mirror. Perilous Mirror. Now that's actually interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good because it actually blocked the Edge Champion and kill the Edge Champion. So.
And Champion, it's going to look. Does that do what I think it does? Yes, it does. Because Edge Champion is going to be very problematic for a lot of decks. So it's almost kind of rare to see a main deck answer just come down like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, a lot of decks don't, really. I mean, the Birthing Pod decks play Perilous Mirror, but wow, there's a Township.
That can turn things around pretty quick.
Yeah, it could. He has enough mana to use a Township. And he doesn't really need to swing with the Edge Champion this turn, because if the Edge Champion gets to a 4/4, it will avoid dying to the Perilous Mirror.
Looks like Nils is debating on the activation of the Glint Hawk there.
Yeah, if he activates the Glint Hawk, he'll be short mana for the Township. Maybe he wants to. I'm not sure exactly what he wants to do. Township and Signal Pest is kind of a nice interaction as well. Yeah, so definitely a cool new deck by Grixis. So, and speaking about the Esper deck, the same guy's tweeting in thank you. He says with Venser, you could actually blink out your guys, and Massacre Worm and Solemn could get you more lands or remove more stuff. All right, wow. There's a dispatch on the Perilous Mirror, which will remove it from the game if it resolves.
It looks like and the problem is that he's also still got mana to pay for a Mana Leak right here.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's doing himself some pretty good situation here.
Yep. This is definitely cool.
And by exiling, he's also going to negate the damage, so it's just gone.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
And here comes the team.
Yep. So there's 7 points. 6 points.
I think that was definitely worth not keeping the Township online there for one turn.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So Greg falls to 8 life.
You can untap here. And
now the dispatch removes from the game, so not only does the Perilous Mirror not use the 2 damage effect, he can't bring it back with the Lich,
So Greg is probably looking pretty short on options here. He doesn't have time to assemble a combo. I don't see any kind of big removal on his deck right now. Don't see a Black Sun Zenith or...
So he's tapping 4. All right, for a
He's got a Solemn.
So actually, Greg has a lot of answers to the Edge Champion.
Yeah.
It's a lot less scary than I originally thought. I mean, given that the Gavany Township will allow the Edge Champion to surpass the Solemn, it does buy Greg some time.
He's still looking at 5 damage next turn if the Township goes up, though.
Yeah, because the Glen Hawk will turn into a 4-3, and the Signal Pest will be a 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could definitely get behind you there. So Greg pretty much has 2 turns, or just pretty much next turn to come up with an answer. Now, Temper Steel is a deck where it's a solid deck. If you get the right draws, you're going to do well, and I mean, he's 5-0 with it.
Right.
So.
Now, wait, does he have a land? If he doesn't have a land, he can't activate in.
Oh no, there's a land hidden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
$10 draft number 5. $10 draft number 5. Please come to the side events banner.
So he's weighing his options here.
Yeah.
Once again, that was $10 draft.
Does
like something like an Inferno Titan?
Yeah, Inferno Titan would be very, very, very strong right here. But
it would, but I don't think it would be enough. That's the problem.
Yeah, the idol's still going to fly right over top of it. Not gonna be able to be targeted by the ability as it comes down.
Exactly. So. I like how Greg plays Spell Skype in his deck. It's a really good answer against the Dispatch, but more importantly against Wolf Run. Yeah.
Looks like Tavanny's going to ramp up here.
Yep.
Solemn's going to get under the bus.
And Greg has 1 turn. Let's see if he comes up with an answer.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any removal on his list. It's going to be.
Oh, okay. So he's just drawn a Heartless Summoning. That's a start. And he does have the 2/1 that produces 3 mana. So maybe he could.
Is there time?
Yeah, he needs a 2 mana. Then he needs a Lich.
He's got a plan. He's setting his mana up.
Yeah, he does have enough, I believe. 2, 3, 1. He'll produce 3. Yeah. If he has the Lich as well, he does have infinite mana. Okay.
Well, here's the summoning.
Yeah, there's a summoning. Does he have the... I think he might have the Lich.
And what a backbreaker that would be here to Nils. Yeah. Well, there's the guy. Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
so he has 3.
There he is. Here, do we have it?
Oh, Olivia. Okay.
No?
Just shoots a Signal Pest twice. Oh, he's shooting it once?
Shooting it.
No, he
shooting it twice.
Yeah. He had to shoot it twice because it had a counter.
All right, so that's a pretty decent response.
Yeah. So he's got a 5/5 Olivia now. The Edge Champion will get through.
So we're looking at 4 points there, or 3 points.
The Glenhawk idol is kind of negated by the Olivia. Wow. So I think Greg might be back in this game. I mean, if he has to dodge a second Dispatch.
Right. But if he gets
or an Oblivion Ring. All right.
Well,
I think he should probably pump and just bring him down to lethal next turn.
Right. Yeah. There's no way you block here.
All right. Well, yeah. This way you're still lethal next turn.
Right. Yeah.
So
even with the Glint Hawk though, you can't.
Yeah, the Glint Hawk can't come in. All right. So Greg will crack the Evolving Wilds.
He's gonna get a mountain.
Get a mountain. So he still doesn't have a Lich though. If he has a Lich, it's a lot different. And it's definitely a close game for sure.
Well, he's got 4 Forbidden Alchemy in his deck, so he's definitely got a chance to draw into that. He could feasibly cast, right? Am I missing that? He can cast the Alchemy and then follow up with the Lich if he hits it?
Yeah, 3. Yeah, he would have enough, and then he would have a mana left over as well. The problem is he doesn't have the Perilous Mirror in his graveyard, so maybe if he alchemies and one of the cards as well is a Perilous Mirror, throws it in the yard.
Looks like he pulled an island off the top.
Okay. I think he has a Whip Flare in his hand.
Flare.
Yeah, it's really bad here. He just can't do anything with the Olivia.
Daniel Sid.
Olivia steals guys as well,
Ready?
but
You can place that there.
I mean he steals vampires, but the Edge champions, they're just
All right, so Greg's going to send it back, it looks like.
yeah. I think this is game over.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and he
Yeah.
scoops it up. All right, so this is all right. So Greg, loses game 1 with his creative Grixis Lich deck, and Temper Steel is 1 win away from being 6-0.
Yeah. Let's see what Greg's going to have Greg on the tricks in the sideboard.
All right,
here.
so he's definitely going to have a Manic Vandal. He's definitely going to have, I believe, the
Looks like the
Ratchet Bomb. So he's bringing in 2 Ratchet Bombs. He's bringing in a Manic Vandal. He's going to bring in the Worm Coil engines. I mean, the only thing Temper Steel player has pretty much is 1 Oblivion Ring and a couple of dispatches.
right. And the Spellskite is kind of interesting because he can get in the way of the ex-champion, protect his other guys from those 2 cards.
Yeah, exactly. He also has an extra Spellskite in the sideboard. So I can see Greg doing a couple of different things, but I believe right now he's going to bring in 1 Manic Vandal. He's going to bring in 2 Ratchet Bombs, 1 Spellskite, 2 Worm Coil engines. That's 6. You think he'll ever want like a Phyrexian Metamorph? Probably not.
It seems like he's got enough going on in his deck right now.
Yeah, Metamorph doesn't do anything really. All right, so those are the 6 that he's going to bring in. What do you think about your guy?
Well, looking over this, he's probably going to bring in the extra Oblivion Ring Dispatch. The Purge could probably come in, just shore up things a bit. He's also sitting on some Spellskites. There's just not really a lot of spot spells going on here. Now, the interesting thing is it looks like there's a Devil's Play in Greg's deck.
Yeah.
And Spellskite would be a nice guy to have around if that comes flying at you.
Yeah, I mean, I think Devil's Play is just there for the Forbidden Alchemy, for the Faithless Looting. I don't really think that. I mean, of course, it's there as the one-of because of the infinite mana.
Right.
But if he has the infinite mana, it's not like the Temper Steel deck is gonna not lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like some decks where if they do have infinite mana, and it's like, oh, I mean, maybe Temper Steel, maybe it's like he's going off that turn, and he's got the infinite mana, he's got the Devil's Play, so he would have just like comboed it out that turn.
Right.
But because of the Spellskite, Greg had to, go around and kind of use Olivia to kill the Spellskite, and then wait a turn. So maybe versus an aggressive deck like Temper Steel, the Devil's Play is really important to stop from the Temper Steel player.
Just to have that one out. And it looks like Nils also is looking on a Middle Misstep, which isn't going to do him a whole lot of good. And Shrine and Heroes. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Somebody just tweeted in, "Is this deck running Devil's Play?" And you're running 1 Devil's Play. You have the infinite mana, and with Forbidden Alchemy and Faithless Looting, there's a good chance that it would just be in your yard.
Yeah.
Because it has flashback.
So how do you feel about Greg's draw that turn? Do you think he saw a Ponder, but out of 3 Ponders and 4 other Forbidden Alchemies, he wasn't really doing a lot of digging, so he's kind of playing off the top the whole time.
Yeah, it would be nice. Well, his search is Ponder, Forbidden Alchemy. He has a Faithless Looting, so he does have a decent amount of search. And again, his deck doesn't need the combo to win. You could just win with like good Grixis cards,
which is what we saw happen. I mean, he had the good Grixis cards.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how the Esper deck plays out as well. I definitely want to try that. And also, it's going to be interesting if these Lich decks do become really popular. Do you think a lot of people will start having Black Spellbomb in their sideboard?
It seems like an easy way to combat it.
Yeah, especially a deck like Temper Steel. It's already an artifact. It helps with Metalcraft, helps with Mox Opal, Edge Champion. That you could just have a couple of Metal Spell Bombs in your sideboard.
Right. And then we might see this Heartless, these Lich decks become the boogeyman where, who thought to sideboard them this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh well, everyone's playing it, so I'm not going to play it in the sideboard. And then the Lich decks run rampant for the weekend, and then next weekend comes in, everybody's got their sideboards fixed up.
Yeah, and I mean, Ray of Revelation is a card that a lot of people thought would be really good, and we haven't really seen it yet. But I think it will be, especially it's good against Heartless Summoning. It's good against the curses. It's good against all the token enhancers like Honor of the Pure and Intangible Virtue. So, a couple of people I know from back home, Jen and Ryan, they're big fans of token decks.
Right.
And they both play Ray Revelation in their sideboard. So pretty much.
So how do you feel about how this matchup kind of changes with Grixis on the play this time around?
Grixis on the it helps, but the Temper Steel deck is so quick that sometimes it doesn't mind being on the draw because it has an extra card, and it could work to the benefit, especially with a card like Mox Opal.
And it looks like we're going to see Greg lead off with an Into Island Ponder.
All right.
Saw a Perilous Mirror.
It's like a Heartless
Summoning.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's a pretty stacked. That's like a Dark Slick Shiras maybe there.
Yeah, it looks like it's everything he wants.
Yeah. Wow.
It's everything he wants. It's everything he needs.
He's not even going to rearrange them.
Yeah, he's just like, it doesn't matter because... All right, let's see how explosive Temper Steel can come out turn 1. There's a dual land.
Reservoir Thicket there.
Yep.
And we're going to see...
We're all like desperately waiting. We're like, did he produce a green?
Origin Spellbomb.
Ah, that's not too exciting.
No.
A turn 2 Heartless Summoning is
and there
pretty
it goes.
good. Yeah. I'm really surprised.
Oh, comes a Spell Sky.
Yeah. Wow. I'm really surprised he doesn't play Rare Revelation in a sideboard because he's white and green.
Right.
And there's.
Is that something you think it's going to take a while for people to adapt to? Or?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I mean, he's not playing any new cards. It looks like so.
Yeah, none. But
so maybe this is a card acquisition thing.
Yeah, I mean, Rare Revelation is an old card as well, and here at the Star City booth, I think they're only like $1.
Right.
It's really inexpensive. So.
We're gonna see Signal Pest come down.
Yeah.
And we're gonna follow up with the
Glenhawk Idol. Yes.
All right.
That's like not exciting at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg could pretty much do whatever he wants this turn, if he has another mana. Yeah, and all right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. And then he passes the turn.
Kill your guy for free.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's economical.
I actually wonder which version of this deck is better, the Grixis or the Esper one. They both seem like really solid.
Now, does the Esper one keep the Perilous Mirror Solemn Suite as well, or is it how is it focused and fleshed out?
What do you mean?
Like we have this Heartless Summoning shell.
Yeah.
Right, another Signal Pest. Another Spell Bombs.
Yeah, these Spell Bombs are just not impressive at all. All right, here's a Forbidden Alchemy. So he just wants to find a Lich right here. Oh, and he found it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That should be game. I don't see the Temper Steel player ever having a chance. Yeah, wow. And he has the extra land. Oh, okay.
All
so,
right.
yeah, infinite mana.
Infinite
All right,
mana.
so you guys get to see it first with a new set.
Here we go.
Yeah. And he's going to go through the motions a couple times, show him what's going on. Infinite mana, and I'll shoot you 10 times.
And that's going to do that.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Turn 4.
Turn 4.
All right, pretty impressive. Turn 4 kill right there. So it just shows the power of the Grixis deck.
And he didn't even need that Ponder there. He just kind of drew that naturally.
Yeah.
So it's very consistent there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Temper Steel. I like Puritan Paladin. I feel Temper Steel is just a more explosive deck, where Puritan Paladin has a bigger one turn, because they're kind of similar decks. They're both like white weenie decks with a lot of artifacts and cards that help each other. With Temper Steel, it's kind of like guy, Temper Steel, bash you.
Right.
With Puritan Paladin, it's like one big turn where you're drawing a bunch of cards with your equipments, and trying to get a big sword of War and Peace hit and stuff.
Right.
So it's interesting, and I'm sure this Grixis deck could be explored as well. There's probably more options.
Sure.
And some different routes to go.
It'd be a very rare thing to see the deck just have the optimal build right out of the gate. But this is certainly a solid foundation, if nothing else.
Yeah, so somebody just tweeted in Grixis with Birthing Pod. What happens if you build a blue-black-green deck with Birthing Pod and the Lich? So you play Lich,
Right.
you play Perilous Mirror. I guess you would probably still play one of the 2-1s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe you don't need the infinite mana.
Yeah. It's possible. That.
I actually like the version with the Birthing Pod. That might be a decent idea. So you go like, it's kind of interesting because you don't want you can't play Birds of Paradise.
Right.
Because
They just die.
Yeah, but you want to have you want to have birds to ramp to your Birthing Pod.
You gotta be able to chain out.
Yeah, so I mean, this guy who tweeted in BASSIUZ, if you have an idea how you would, or is it just like Grixis with Birthing Pod where you just pay the Phyrexian mana? Because like you don't really need green.
Yeah, like you could just straight ignore it. I mean,
You could play like one forest with Solum.
yeah.
Maybe play like some of the dual lands, like the blue-green dual.
And then
Yeah, but I mean, so far this Grixis deck, this guy's 5-0. His manager came over. It was actually funny. Somebody came over to the booth and he's like, "Hey, do you think my friend could get a feature match?" And I was like, "Well, are you his manager?" And the guy was, and actually Greg was just standing behind his friend. He was kind of shy to ask. And we're just like, "Well, let's check out your deck." I played a game with the deck. It seemed awesome. I figured people at home would want to check it out.
yeah,
so,
definitely. And it's proving itself to be very worthy of the spotlight here with a turn 4 combo kill, and a decent job of coming back there. Almost stabilizing game number one, so he was never completely out of that.
Yeah.
And so taking some time to shuffle up here between games.
And if it's just like a normal creature deck, like a mono green deck, that doesn't really have any disruption. Although I guess mono green would have something like Naturalize.
Mm-hmm.
The Grixis deck is just quicker, it seems.
Yeah, that was brutally fast.
Yeah. And it's like, how's a mono green deck going to answer an Infernal Titan?
Yeah.
Like turn 4 Infernal Titan is common.
Yeah. Looks like Greg is agonizing over a keep here,
Yeah.
and he's going to send it back.
All right. Well, the Temper Steel player is on the play this game.
Yeah.
So I feel Greg's can't really mess around, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to mulligan into a hand with Heartless Summoning that actually will allow me to do something and either race or interact with my opponent."
But he also doesn't want to keep a hand that's going to be kind of sketchy. Like if I draw one of these, I'm okay in this situation. So I think I'm a little bit more aggressive on mulliganing, I think. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine, especially in a combo type deck like this where you don't need all your cards to win. So we're getting a lot of tweets in. That's awesome. Blue Sun Zenith for Infinite. Ooh, wow. That's interesting too.
Yeah, instant. I mean, that's kind of an interesting play off Devil's Play there.
Yeah, well, I mean being
Devil
instant,
Play goes to the graveyard. You can flash it back.
yeah, exactly.
You don't care.
And being an instant doesn't matter because you can only play your guys from your yard in your turn anyway.
Okay.
So
yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely more to
an
explore.
option. Yeah.
Oh, you know what else? The Millstone card. That might be good. There's a blue Millstone card if you want to play that in your Esper version. I'll talk about that later. It's like one blue, Mill X. If you flash it back, Mill X again.
Right,
and
yeah.
it's double. Yo, definitely that card. Yeah, double X. Yeah.
So we're going Inkmoth Nexus into a
increasing
midnight
confusion.
here. And then we got Greg with a Ponder in response. So now it's coming out here pretty fast.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can't quite make out what he's looking at here. Looks like, is that a summoning I saw there?
I'm not sure. It was kind of tough to see.
I think he pulled another Ponder off the top there.
Yeah.
So another Inkmoth Nexus. So
Yeah, this is not really the draw Temper Steel wants.
no.
Like get you to 19 and 1 poison on turn 2 and not increase your board position.
Yeah, that's going to be. It's going to give him a little bit of time. Looks like we're going to see another Ponder here.
Yeah, Cable Guy right here says that just so everybody knows, you could cast from any graveyard. So in the mirror match, it will be really dangerous and probably really skill intensive to know what cards to put in your graveyard, when to maybe go for your combo, when not to.
Right, because that Lich is not legendary.
Yeah, but you know what card stops this combo code besides the Black Spellbomb? The new Cage.
Right, so we might actually see some of the hype for Cage moving up.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. And now if you're seeing hype for Cage, you're seeing hype for Spellbomb. Some people still like Ratchet Bomb, right? All those cards are artifacts. What goes good with artifacts? Tezzeret.
There we go.
So a full 360 loop.
We have run it all the way back.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Greg shuffled up. He bricked on his Ponder, so he's just going to play a land and send it back over. So neither player developing quickly. I see an Oblivion Ring there in Niles' hand. So he's got a plane, so it looks like and a Mox Opal as well.
Well, he could drop his planes. He could play Glinthawk. He could play Mox Opal.
Yep.
Bash for 1 poison, 1 damage. Is that good?
I'm not sure if it's good, but it might be what's going to happen here. Drop the Opal. Activate one of the Nexus. Get your Metalcraft. Activate the other Nexus. Does that work?
I mean, he might just. Like, he definitely wants to get down Glinthawk. He has to start putting some pressure on Greg.
Right.
Like, right now, his Nexus, his poison's a quicker clock than his actual damage. So.
And that might be something that's a little bit scary for Greg too, because that's something that's not as easily dealt with. But it looks like we can see the idol come down, and the midnight come across. So still just kind of prodding along here.
Is he? Oh, so he's holding Mox Opal?
Maybe I saw the Glinthawk instead of the Opal. Maybe that's what happened.
I thought it was an Opal as well.
Okay.
But we saw a couple of rounds ago somebody actually held their Sword of War and Peace for a while, and we're just like, if that's a Sword of War and Peace, he just would have played it and he would have equipped it, blah, 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 next turn, and he ended up holding it the entire game, and it cost him the game. And it cost him the match, I believe.
Huh.
Just because he didn't play the sword. Sometimes people play around things, they're scared, and in Magic, and because of it, they lose a game.
There we go. And I see another ponder there for Greg.
I see an Olivia as well.
So he's getting all kinds of time to develop here. He's going to pull up a Solemn.
So he's got access to 3 mana.
And we're going to see a third straight ponder.
What's he digging for exactly?
I don't know if he's light on lands or...
No, I saw a land in his hand. So he definitely has at least a 3rd land.
Is he trying to assemble the full combo in hand? Is that...
That could be the case. So he keeps again. I think this is a Spellskite that he kept.
He kept the Spellskite there.
So maybe he's looking for protection.
All right, but unfortunately that Spellskite's probably going to end an Oblivion Ring this turn.
All right, let's see what the Temper Steel guy has up his sleeve.
Yeah, that looks like an Opal. So at 18. Given his slow start, he's got to feel pretty good.
So it was a Mox Opal.
Yep, so the Opal comes down.
All right, Glinthawk's activated.
And
all right.
So nothing fancy here, just going to...
Yeah, it's still... I don't really like Temper Steel's position too much. I don't think we saw Temper Steel any of these games.
No, he has not. He's not casted a single time.
Yeah.
He's going to pass it back over. Greg's still sitting at a pretty healthy life total here. Comes his 4th land, right on time.
Greg has some support from his wife. Says no, she tweeted in. So.
All right,
Greg taps 4.
Here comes a summoner. Nope, Olivia. So that's.
So he has the O-ring in his hand.
Right, but the Spellskite is obviously going to play defense here.
Yeah.
Does he have a dispatch as well?
I see a second Mox Opal, which is not good.
No.
I remember when Mox Opal first came out, I didn't know it was Legend.
Oh, wow.
This card's insane.
This card is insane. And he's running the full 4 here, so...
Yeah,
that's going to happen. That's going to happen. And yep.
No.
Whoa.
All right, we caught him.
All right.
Actually caught someone playing an extra land by mistake. It feels cool. It's like, oh, no, extra land. I mean, he didn't get in trouble because it was a pure accident. It didn't matter.
Oh, there it does. He does have it.
The dispatch.
All right.
He can only... No, he's not going to play Mox Opal, is he? I think he's thinking about it. Just for 2 points? What happens if he draws Temper Steel?
He is straight out of luck. Is what happens.
And he doesn't even have now mana to activate the Nexus. The Nexus is a quicker clock.
Wow. Okay. And maybe he has a 3rd one. Well.
Maybe. It kind of stung when he did. I was like, oh
yeah. No. Oh. It's like watching one of those things. You just can't stop it. You can't look away.
Yeah, I mean, he understood clearly that it was going to die. It wasn't like a shock to him.
No, he definitely planned it out. So, and maybe he's just feeling the pressure that this Grixis deck is going to assemble sometime very, very soon. He's got to get everything he can in.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the support of Greg's wife.
Yeah.
We'll give a shout out to Greg's wife.
I like it.
Because she's probably she's at home and she's probably happy. We'll give a shout out to everybody.
Right.
Ryan, my friend Ryan, Jen. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, I think my wife Anna and my daughters Avi and Willa are watching right now.
Cool.
So we're all shouted. And still looks like, oh, he did have the third one. So now the Chrome Mox play makes a little bit more sense.
Okay. Did he really have it in his hand?
Yeah. Or if he did a fantastic job of top decking.
Top decking it? Yeah. Yeah, no, he didn't have, he must have, oh yeah, I guess he would have played the Nexus. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I guess he just Chrome Mox. It's like tough to see from here, so it's like, oh
yeah.
no, you know, he's
And
playing so risky.
Greg's running Alchemy, see Mount 2 land, Ponder, not hurting for searching, so the Ponder is going to keep. And now things are picking up quite quickly after the slow start. We're going to see that Ponder come down now. As Greg just continues to dig, see a Spell Skite, looks like whatever it is, he's not happy with it, so
yeah,
that's going back. And now,
it's interesting that Lich is a zombie, because I thought zombies was going to be really, a dominating deck here.
Right.
Yeah. Two Las Vegas players who put a lot of time in Type 2, Harrison and Bobby, they built a zombie deck, and they're like, zombies, Lich is a zombie, but it just turns out that it's not good enough. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, when your control decks have a faster clock than you do, that's kind of hard.
Exactly.
And so it looks like Nils is playing hands up here. He's got nothing left, but that was a plains off the top. That was actually really, really good for him because it turned on his third.
Yeah, it makes it go to 8. It's a 2-turn clock now.
Right.
Yeah.
And those Nexuses,
that's it right here. It's, for Greg, it's like do or die.
Ooh, it hits a land. So he's got the mana guy, and
that's not what he wanted.
He can flash back the Alchemy and hope. So we're going to see the land come down. Is that a Manic Vandal? It's not doing anything right now. Manic Vandal is actually not.
No,
he's still sitting at 8 poison, so shutting down the Opal is not going to help.
Right there, the 5 on your screen will be an 8 shortly.
So it looks like he's thinking about it. That is such an intimidating position to be looking at here, where any two lands.
All right,
so we're gonna see some mana into a Manic Vandal. Gonna blow up the Opal. All right.
That doesn't.
That's a start.
What's that? A Devil's Play in his hand. This Grixis deck was looking really good for him too. The Temper Steel went really slow.
Right. It was kind of
like a. Turn 2 was almost nothing.
Yeah. There's another land. So that's not.
And there's the handshake.
No. Something on top. All right.
Greg gave it a try. I mean, he's 5-1.
Right.
Well, he just needs to win 2 of the next 3, pretty much. He needs to go win-win draw, essentially. But yeah, Temper Steel 6-0 for all the Temper Steel fans at home.
And you kind of see that kind of thinking sometimes when you have a new format. People want to come in, try new things, try things before they get completely fleshed out and really optimized. And people can just come in with a solid, consistent deck list and be aggressive and do well.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna look into this Esper deck again. We had a lot of tweets going. That's awesome. If you guys want to keep tweeting in some more questions, if you want to maybe get Greg in here to talk about the deck more. But in the meantime, Dark Ascension is now available for StarCityGames.com. So SCG Live is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, where you could now order Dark Ascension boxes, cases, complete sets, fat packs, singles, foils, and more. And remember, every time you place an order, while it lasts, we're giving away the tokens. Right there we have these tokens. I showed you guys last time. Every order, you get 2 of these free tokens at random. Right. So we got zombies, goblin, elf, wolf, spirit,
angels,
and
soldiers.
The really cool artwork, cool design. You'll have the coolest tokens around. And remember, the next week we're having our open series in Cincinnati. We're giving away over $14,000 in cash prizes. 18 people are qualifying for the Invitational, and we have the Draft Open, Legacy Open, and Standard Open.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be the weekend during Pro Tour Honolulu. So maybe if you want to check out the coverage for
Right.
Hawaii, bring your deck to the Star City Open,
Yep.
then watch SCG Live and see how it plays out.
So much great Magic going on. It's really great to see that we have